Welcome back to A Goddess is a Girl's Best Friend by Lori Sue Barclay. We are on chapter 3. The title of chapter 3 is Welcome the Winds of Change with Oya. Finally, all we can do is let the days instruct us. There is no holding on in this world. From the movie I Dream of Africa. Change is not always easy to accomplish or accept, even when it's for the best. While common sense tells us certain things must be changed in order to grow, there is a part of us that resists like crazy. Even great, wonderful, blissful change can be a fright because while we may sometimes know our starting point, we usually don't have any idea where we will land. Even when a change is desperately needed, a part of our personalities want to hold on and cling to that which is familiar and comfortable. For better or worse, it is what we know. But the truth is, creating change means taking risk. And risk-taking is a common denominator with successful and happy people. Change can seem painful and scary, yet our fears about change are often more exhausting than change itself. Some of us approach a major life change like a jail sentence and we go kicking and screaming. The truth is, the thing that we refuse to change is what keeps us locked in a prison of our own. Making life will be much happier and balanced when we learn to surrender gracefully to the winds of change and work with them to create the life we choose. When we have the choice to change, we should take it because the universe has a way of changing things for us. When we can't find the whistle of courage to do it ourselves. Oya is a girl's best friend. When it comes to making changes in your life, she would not tolerate any hanging on to the shreds of a dead relationship, job, or lifestyle. She forces you to do all the things you said you wanted to and to fulfill as many dreams as you dare. She represents sudden change, surrender of old, and radical rebirth. Who is Oya? Great Oya, yes. Whirlwind, masquerader awakening, courageously takes up the chamber. Judith, Oya, and praise of goddess. Oya is the goddess of change and female who hails from the Yoruban and Mascaban traditions of Africa and Brazil. She's a warrior goddess whose demand is major weather changes such as hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and storms of all kinds. As the mother of chaos, she is the Orisha spirit, who propels and rides on the whirlwinds that wildly bring about great change, and sometimes devastation that forces people to reevaluate and rebuild. Her name means terror. Like pulling a bad tooth, she yanks up what no longer serves you by the root. Her consort husband is Shango, the powerful thunder god. Together they are fierce. She is sometimes called the mother of 9 because 9 is her sacred number, and it is said to represent the birth of her 9 children, who were born of a sacred rainbow cloth. The cloth is sometimes called grant that I may live long, closely as associated with the cemetery. She is believed to be a special spirit link and representative of the ancestors and the greeting committee. When you cross over, she lives between the worlds. She is also guardian of the marketplace and is considered a shrewd businesswoman. She is sometimes seen as an Amazon who rides the winds, wielding a beaded horsetail and a shimber. She is also thought of as a tall and stately African woman. How to invite her into your life. Change or be changed. That's Oyo general theme. She is not the goddess released by slowpokes and procrastinators, because she is aggressive, wild, and unpredictable. Sometimes the best you can do is surrender to her powers and work with her as gracefully as possible. She is more than willing to let you catch a ride on the air she breathes. But she will blow you away if you disrespect and the powerful forces she brings to bear. Oya Chambers is considered a sword of truth and wisdom, a weapon that helps cut away stagnation. If we work with Oya's energy to create change, we are better equipped to handle it and have more resilience. When it comes in order to grow, we must stretch and go beyond where we go. Sorry. Let me read that order. In order to grow, we must stretch and go beyond where we are, into the unknown. Each time we take responsibility to change our lives for the highest good, we gain confidence and trust in our ability to let go of whatever holds us back. We learn to allow a part of us to die or dissolve. We learn that it's okay and part of life, and then allow ourselves to be reborn, transformed, and anew. Oya has a way of correcting imbalance that we refuse to address, resist, and she creates a whirlwind around you to bring your attention to the places you are due for a change. If you resist, she persists, urging you to take a second look at what you truly want in life. It works sometimes like this. If you stay in a job, relationship, friendship, home, addiction, habit longer than it takes to get the lesson or move on, Oya takes initiative and begins to move you on. 1. Journal your way to change. Get a special time to change notebook. Make it a loose leaf notebook that can be easily added to and changed. On the very first page dedicated to Oya, Mother Oya, my changes in awareness are my offerings to you. I surrender what no longer serves me and ask you to help me manage the winds of change by showing me how to ride them ride them honestly and gracefully. Write what is good. Jot down things you appreciate, like, and value in yourself. This can include physical attributes, abilities, talents, attitudes, spiritual awareness, the way you are with others, or things you have achieved. Write what is not so good. Next, make a list of people, places, and things in your life that you know are holding you back, keeping you down or keeping you stuck. The idea is not to judge yourself or them, but to clarify the aspects of your life that need your attention. For an example, if you know that a particular job, friend, lover, family member, lifestyle, living arrangement, neighborhood, attitude is wreaking havoc or standing in the way of your growth, jot it down. Be honest. Look at all the things that jam up the process of living and create stress, and things that are cluttering your life, are draining your energy. Acknowledge dark or dysfunctional aspects of your life It's challenging, but it's worth it. Eliminate, go through the list of things that keeps you stuck and prioritize what needs your attention first. Rewrite them into positive goals written in current tense. For example, I hate my weight, and transfer it and translate it as the positive, affirming present tense statement, quotation, I am slimmer, healthier, and feel better about myself. Delete the old. After you have rewritten all the all the affirming statements, get rid of the not so good list. As a symbolic gesture of the change you are willing to make, tear it into tiny pieces and flush it down the toilet, or shred it, burn it in the fireplace or outdoor barbecue pit. Bury it near a tree or roll it into a tiny ball and feed it to the garbage truck. Give yourself a fresh start. Once you have processed the lists and feelings that come up around places you are stuck, make a list for a new life. What and who will be in it? Create your new reality on paper so you have a place to head for, as Oya helps you disengage from places you have been stuck. Say a little prayer. Always ask Oya to make life changes as gentle as possible. Oya, guide me to make changes at an appropriate pace and in a way that harms no one, including me. Let her know that if she can do anything to soften the experience, you would appreciate it greatly. Tell her you want to make your life great and that you want to learn how to work with her gracefully. Make an offering in her honor. Oya is sometimes worshipped with animal sacrifices. It may sound gross, but for millennia, people have been making such offerings to gods and goddesses to appease them and win favors. Your offerings can be something very personal that will make Oya just as pleased. Sacrifice one negative behavior, something that is causing you pain or keeping you stuck. Whether it's an addiction to buying shoes or to smoking cigarettes, and make the change on your own. Every time you think of it, want it, or crave it, give the craving over to Oya as an offering. Let her know you mean business and that you do want to work with her, not against her, to change your life. 2. Use Kori shells for small changes. Not ready for a major change? Work your way toward it with the small changes. Take one issue at a time, like finding a new doctor, updating your resume, doing your taxes, and handle it step by step until it's completed. Then take the next thing. Then the next until you get the momentum to work through the physical, emotional, and spiritual space to clean up your life and make room for the new. Kori shells are sacred to Yoruban goddess and gods. Hopefully I'm about to say this word right. Porcelain-like shells that were originally home to sea snails. They are considered the mouth of the Orisha. Koris are also called money shells, as they were used as currency in Africa. They are found in the Indo-Pacific region and can be easily and affordably purchased by the dozens from online shell stores. A Kori a day keeps Oya storms away. There's an ancient proverb that says, the woman who removes a mountain does so one stone at a time. In this case, you move one shell at a time. Get 81 Kori shells. This is a Oya sacred number. Times itself 9 times 9. Or get some combination of 9 such as 27, which is 3 times 9. Put them in a big jar called My Change. Get a separate big empty jar and label it done. Small changes add up. Identify each smaller subject. Example, finding a new doctor, and identify every small step toward it. Move a quarry show every time you complete a related task. For example, if you unearth your insurance carrier's directory out of the closet, that's one quarry. If you flip through it, that's another. If you call to make an appointment, that's another. Each small task equals a quarry. It is like a tick sheet or a abacus. As you watch the original might change, draw empty and the done jar fill up, a sense of accomplishment and pride will come over you. Your subconscious mind and Oya will get the message you are someone who takes care of business. Start again when all the shows have been named and transferred to done. Soak them in sea salt to clean the energy, dry them, and start again. Fill in the my change jar, go through the small task accomplishments process again. Do this until you have developed a good sense of how to move energy and create change by acknowledging each small step. 3. Know what change teaches us. Change is an ongoing process every day of our lives. We shed a little of our old skin and new skin is regenerated. In the course of lifetime, we may undergo a million tiny deaths and the passing of phases. Everything must eventually change. Work on accepting these statements. Change in the small increments is best. Making small changes at a slower pace helps you to adjust to new reality rather than suddenly feeling shocked by it. Weight loss is a good example. It may be a change you crave, yet if it happens rapidly, you have no time to process the emotional change. It can make you feel valuable. When you are used to that, pattern slow weight loss is healthier and gives you time to adjust to the new. Whenever you can choose change at a lower pace, you can cope with a sudden change. If a big sudden change comes your way, you will find the strength to handle it. When Oya blows into your life like a tornado or a hurricane, it's almost impossible to accept that there's any good about it. However, in the darkest night of the soul, we somehow come to understand that whatever the loss, there is a reason. From the depths of our pain, we can find a way to process the confusion and not just survive, but also thrive and find our true power. Crisis can be a path to evolution. If you find yourself in the winds of sudden scary change, a job loss, a health scare, and an unexpected breakup, trust it is a divine order. It is a way of creating a breakthrough that opens the way of something new. It is a way to bring the lies we live to consciousness and give us an opportunity to change them. You will rise from the ashes. Oya shows us the true imprints of life. She teaches us that, like the phoenix, we must let go and surrender to each moment, trusting our ability to let go of whatever holds us back. She teaches us that we must allow a part of us to die or dissolve and then allow ourselves to be born anew. You are not a victim. You may feel like one at times and may have a victim consciousness. But if you choose to be queen of your own destiny, you must begin to see that you sometimes unconsciously draw Oya's dramas and disasters to you to participate change. It's healthy to keep tossing out the old. Take a big black garbage bag or tin and dump things. Let go of anything that ties you inappropriately to the past. Allow Oya to move you through the process like a wild woman in heat. Blood pumping as you surrender your unused, unneeded, and unhealthy stuff. Give anything you don't need anymore to the garbage goddess or to Charity. How to keep Oya with you? Keep on keeping on. When you can't figure out your next step, when intellect does not apply, when you just don't know what to do, surrender it to Oya. Go with the flow. Release yourself into the hands of the divine and let her figure it out. Get an Oya candle. The temptress of change is evoked in an Oya candle available from Illuminations that urges you to gaze at her flame and gather strength to take on personal transformation. Her scent includes essence of pistachio, clove, coca, and ambra. Listen her drumbeat. Listen to her drumbeat. The famed African drummer Babatu, now I hope I'm saying this right. It's Babatundé. And then the next one is, I believe, Olatunji. I'm gonna spell it out. Olatunji. Offers a passionate ode to her in Oya. Primitive Fire on his Drums of Passion CD. For practical insight, consider reading A Year to Live by Stephen Levine. It's Stephen, then it's his last name is Levine. He describes the process how to engage more fully in life by operating on, I keep pausing because of the background, sorry, on the assumption, so let me say that over. He describes a process on how to engage more fully in life by operating on the assumption you have only 1 year to live. The book explores many engaging questions, including if you had a little time, would you waste it on resisting growth and change? Okay, Oya affirmation. Here's Oya affirmation. I am willing to change my life for the better now. And that is the end of chapter 3. See you guys on the next one for chapter 4.